Hey, everybody.
Hi.
We're back. Somebody's eating some food.
Mm-hmm.
What is it called again?
A peanut butter and jelly
Munching?
sandwich.
No, I mean
Oh.
the munching.
Yeah. Buck manging. Well, no, it's buck
Mukbanging.
Mukbang.
Mukbanging.
I'm a bug manger. Wait, is it buck manging? It's mukbanging.
Muck.
It sounds like a sexual maneuver.
It
you
does.
know. Hey, you wanna what is it called? Mukbanging. Death sandwich. Oh, indeed, because of the peanuts. So delicious. Muck bang or muck bong? Which one is it? Also, I don't see how that's not sexual. Maybe because I'm a child. That doesn't sound right. Huh. Anyway, so you guys montage to Neptune Station. I'm just gonna just get out of this situation really quick. It is very dark here. The sun, Sol, obviously you can still see it. You're in the solar system. It's just a bright. Actually, I don't think it's white in space, is it? I was gonna say it's white. It may not be actually white. I read somewhere where it's a different color than we're aware of. We're gonna call it white though. This bright white, evident star. You're anytime you see it, you're behind the glass that's heavily tinted. Even this far out, the solar radiation can hurt you. That said, it's very dark. If you've been driving on a really dark night, with those like cloud cover and no moon, just street lights, and then you get to a certain part of town where the street lights are out, you realize how dark it actually is. It just feels dark outside. That's the feeling out here on the quasi-edge of the solar system. Does everyone understand? I'm not getting anything from you. Nods? Yes? Yes, Will, your description's amazing. Okay, great.
Keep going.
Thank you, indeed. Just don't ever stop. This station is about a quarter of the size of Apollonia. It's, in places, the engineering of you. In places, the people who are more into engineering of you will note that it's older. It's kept clean. It's kept up to code, but the foundation of it is quite old. That said, it has some of the newer technologies because this is one of the stepping out points that a lot of military and a lot of commercial go through nearby here. A fascination fetish, indeed. All right, actions on you all. What are you doing?
I am going to remind Skip that our conversation is need to know.
Is this where we're getting our ship?
Yeah, I think so. Do I see the manifest of who we got on our ship? I know you've given me. We've got 6 rockets, 2 nukes, and some guns. And
Yes. Will we have a pilot, or are they gonna have the RI do it?
can you turn off an RI? Can you just switch it off? Is that a thing, or do they just autonomous keep going all the time?
So normally an RI is integrated into your ship, kind of like a Star Trek computer. It is not unheard of for them to be downloaded into a body, but there's a lot of precautions that are put into it. And it's usually frowned upon. So it's a military thing or a very privileged thing, because really they can just do whatever they want. So there's governors placed on them. Essentially, the issue with an RI, the issue an RI faces is an actual mortality. Whatever system they're in, if the system goes down, then they die basically, right? Unless there's a backup of them. Whereas a true AI, TIA is as it's known, doesn't have that problem.
It doesn't exist.
Right, doesn't exist. To answer your question, I mean, you don't entirely know. So you look at the manifest.
Right.
You see there's an engineer named Dole, and there's a pilot named Josh. They are P&B Marines. I'm sorry, not Marines. They're P&B, so naval.
Do we have any additional Marines, or is it just the 4 of us?
Just you guys.
Any OS? What is it? OSS or whatever? Like
Nope.
any ops or no special? Okay.
No, it's just you.
It's just us. So they're trusting trusting us. Interesting. They don't want to. I guess they are expecting some. We're gonna have to go and covert and
Fire
we've
team.
got
what is it? Burning sensation.
4 burning sensation.
Right, 4 burning sensation. Yeah, it's 4 burning sensation plus these 2 P&B people, pilot and an engineer, and a killer robot.
Yep. We are the gonorrhea of space.
Actions on you all. I can describe the station as you see fit. If you want more description, just ask me. But think of a space station.
Right.
So, I think it seems like this ship has a lot of nation building tools on board.
Sure. Well, I don't think they want us to nuke the place. If that's what you're suggesting. Go ahead.
But it also suggests that maybe they'd be open to. Well, if you wanted to preclude the possibility of nuking the place, we're 2 nukes above the threshold for
Yep.
that to occur.
Yeah, well, we definitely we can do a stalemate for sure. But I bet if we nuke this spot, we will all be court-martialed and probably disciplined until death do us part.
Is that what the
Yeah.
second nuke is for?
Yeah, the second nuke's for us.
We will probably have to go in cold and come out hot.
But these guys, these guys, I'm hoping we go in cold, we make some friends, we leave warm. That's the goal. So I am
Alice
not a
Brick does a
diplomat.
slow turn to you. She goes,
We're okay. We're gonna just do this. I'm
Are
gonna
these
have a
nukes
conversation.
Are these nukes for what happens if Brick misses?
she turns to you.
No.
I never miss.
Well, except for that one time when you went up against us, but we're not gonna go there.
Quick side look.
You're great. You're fine. You survived. You're a survivor. We're all moved past it. We're good. Next time, I recommend hiding behind the rock. So there we are. I need to. Gotta use the. I gotta go talk to the pilot. I'll be right back.
Meanwhile, what are you guys doing?
Well, so this makes more sense now.
Well, now that he's gone.
No. The animosity makes more sense now.
What are you
She kind of
saying?
nods. You guys have been together at this point for 4 or 5 days. So you've gotten to know her a little bit. She's cheeky. She's an Irish woman who likes to drink. She has this rather pristine sniper rifle that folds down. Space sniper rifle. And you've gathered that she is a marksman. Obviously.
Well, but just because they give us a bomb doesn't mean we have to use it. Doesn't even mean that it was intentionally given to us. Could just be on the ship.
I've never known the PNB to not use a bomb they've got. You hear Alice sort of let slip out.
Guess we best be getting to it then.
All right, so we'll montage. This this space station is a big hoop. Around the sides of it, you got different airlocks and different vessels. You see a few industrial vessels, like very few, maybe 2 or 3. They're rather large. Typically, they're smaller partitions of a much larger. Think of like a ferry, how a ferry is just massive, going down the river. And those will not actually be connected to the space station itself. For various reasons, they sit off a little ways in space. Beyond that, you see a few other military vessels. A couple about the same size as your guys' freighter. They're essentially gunboats. Maybe one that's larger, more capitally, like mid-grade capital ship that's moving towards Seoul. So as you're on the station, you'd see some P&B people, bunch of Marines, that sort of thing. Marines that may have just come out of cryo sleep. And you'll note that on these vessels that are returning from space, like deep space, a lot of their crew complement is probably still in cryo sleep because it's just easier to wake them up when they get where they need to be. One or two commercial vessels, and that kind of thing. So as you move around, you get to your ship. It is, like I said, a small gunboat. It has thick armor, particularly. It's one of the older models when they valued that over more powerful shields, which are still not incredibly good. So there are 2 main cabins and then a captain's quarters. The cabins have bunk beds. There's a small medical facility, a sort of storage, all-purpose room with hanging different riggings and that kind of stuff. I just punched the fucking ceiling. And then you have the cockpit and it looks like a goddamn spaceship. So, what are you guys doing? There's no one on board.
Except us.
Yep.
We are
There's some I want to describe more, sorry.
okay.
There are things within this spaceship. I'm just not describing all of them. There's like some crates, space crates, and those sorts of stuff. It's all behind that mesh to keep it all tight, and it's all locked down because you're going to be in 0G.
I'm going to go ahead and carry my stuff to the bunk area.
You do. Action's on you all. You got to push it forward.
I'm gonna go talk to the pilot.
You get to the cockpit. There's no one there.
Nobody here. Oh, is Josh? Is it Josh?
Yep.
Did I just? Okay.
Nope.
I
It's
don't know.
Josh Durgan.
Durgan. Durgan. I clearly don't know how to spell Josh.
JOCH.
I mean, it's not how you spell it, but because you're Josh and me. It just, all the words and letters stop making sense. Anyway, so he's not here. I'm going to get on my little radio and be like, Josh Durger. Hello?
We'll say, what do you bid for this? Because there's a lot of radio traffic, and you've never met this person.
Well, I mean, I would bid.
And if you're on your short range, like there are some complications here.
Oh yeah, no, I would bid no BS, which is my demeanor.
Mm-hmm.
So I would probably look for his contact information in the roster and see if I can have a direct line.
As you're up on the, you're up in the cockpit, and you can pull up the manifest, and you see, in fact, there's Josh Durgan, Dole, Morton as the engineer. Josh is the pilot, and you see simply Alfred as tactical. It'll say that he left about 2 hours ago. You don't know where he is. He's on the space station somewhere.
Okay, got
but it does give you a little comm channel.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll channel him directly. How far away? How long is it before we're supposed to take off?
So, by and large, this is up to you. You have a pretty good window. I mean, it's going to take you a while to get here, or to get there. And in fact, I didn't describe it, but there are a handful of cryo beds in this military freighter.
yeah, we'd be in a bad place if there weren't, I think.
Yeah, you know, within a day or two, you need to leave. You will be expected to be gone within a day or two.
Gosh, can you hear me, buddy?
We're gonna do a fate roll really quick. So, who's fortune? Who's false fortune?
I'll be false.
I see what you guys are doing here.
I guess I'll be fortunate.
Okay, here are the stakes. Fortune. Josh responds. He's just waking up. He got into some late night drinking. False fortune. Josh is dead, and I'll tell you why.
Let's
do it.
roll.
46.
89.
I'm gonna check your. Are you using those damned rubber dice again?
No, I'm using the
The cheating dice.
yeah, the
99. I just always 99. I understand. You're like a vegan, so you win at everything. Yeah. As you you hear fucking Dolby, you hear, oh, yeah, yeah. Who's this?
This is Dolby, first lieutenant.
Dolby. Oh,
grade.
shit. Oh.
I understand you're
Lieutenant,
sleeping it
Lieutenant.
off. That
Oh no,
is
no. I almost
fine.
died. I almost died, sir.
What you did? Were you drinking and then flying across the galaxy again?
I mean, it's kind of embarrassing, as you hear like some medical personnel in the background.
Yeah, a rookie mistake. Next time. Why don't you take a couple hours? We're not in a hurry. I just want to talk to you before we leave for the next mission. Glad you're not dead.
Are you on the ship?
Yep. I am on
It's
the ship.
embarrassing. All right, I'll be there. I'll be there really soon.
Rest up. I got a couple other people I gotta talk to first. It's all good.
All right. So you guys have made yourself a home. Josh is on his way. Action's on you all.
I am gonna talk to Alfred. Is Alfred? I just say Alfred. Are you there, buddy?
Are you in the cockpit still?
Yeah, I'm still there.
As you sort of talk into space, there's a good long pause. What do you do?
I don't know how this
Yes,
works.
I am
Oh,
here.
hello. Good. How are you feeling?
What can I do you for, Lieutenant?
Can you calculate the odds?
Did you get it? That was my attempt at a joke.
Yes, I get it. I get it, Hal. Can you process some results of what would happen if you were to go up against a couple of frigates? And I give
Processing
them
is what I do.
I give them the 2 frigates, and I give them the location of the planet. And
That's quite
sort
far
of-
away, isn't it?
It is.
Are you sure your meatbag skins can make the trip? Ah.
We'll do our best.
That's another joke, Lieutenant.
They're pretty funny.
How am I doing?
You're funny as a riot.
The rest of you can hear him because he's piping it through all of the corridors.
Oh, okay.
You see this like little light, like a little yellow light, appear in your room. Snap, fuck is your name? Tony? Simon? Too many names. Skip and Burgess.
Mhm.
Yes.
How am I doing? I'm speaking to the lieutenant, and he doesn't think I'm funny. The wall starts talking to you guys.
He,
What the hell's this?
I am a
the-
robotic intelligence. Alfred.
What are you just on the ship? Are you everywhere?
I am like God.
have you never dealt with an RI, Burgess?
4L7R3T. Alfred.
I probably have, but they just kept their mouth shut.
I have no mouth to keep shut.
Some
Are we
people
going to
take a
deal with this the
while.
whole time, or are we going to be asleep?
Yeah, you'll be asleep for a while. Some people have trouble with RIs.
Ha 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 ha. The light goes out.
All right, well,
Uh.
I guess I'm just going to make myself at home here.
I am still listening, even though my light is off.
Oh, I thought you turned the room lights out.
He's just a dick.
Well, because he said he was going to go to sleep, so I thought he turned the room lights out.
That would have been better.
Yeah.
That would have been better.
They are always on unless you mute them, but they can be handy when push comes to shove.
So, heard we might have had some other crew members join us.
They're the pilot and the engineer who are on the manifest, but evidently they're not here yet.
How long are we going to wait for them?
That's a question for the commander.
Have you seen them lately?
No, not since we got on here. You can actually, if you ask Alfred, Alfred can open up a comm to him so you can talk to him.
Nah, I don't have a reason to.
Oh,
Are we? Is this guy going to be talking? Is this computer thing going to be talking to us when we get there?
when we're on the ground,
Yeah.
it depends. If we have comms, they can pipe them into the comms, but normally not.
Faster we can get to sleep, the faster I want to listen to this thing.
In the cockpit, you ask Alfred what? To show you what?
I wanted the tactical. I wanted him to perform some.
Oh, they
tactical-
did things. Some a little bit of time moves. We'll say 2 or 3 minutes. You hear clicking for calculations, and you see on this sort of dashboard some lights blipping. Look kind of like a modem, like flickering in different patterns and such like that. Are you expecting a fight, Lieutenant?
We don't want to fight, but we don't know what to expect.
Yeah, these the only. There's kind of a pause. A tick, 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 tick. Ah, ha, ha, ha. I get it.
Obi just sits there.
You sit there in silence for a moment. Is this the only compliment the colony has?
Yeah,
I
they
am-
got these two 70-year-old frigates, and
I am removed from the internet. Otherwise, I would look up myself this information.
Oh,
You see a prompt boop appear
yeah.
with a give access, deny access.
What I don't this I'm not an engineer. I don't know what this button does. Where's what's his nuts? Dole. You know Dole, right? Dole Morton.
As far as I know, you all have nuts, except for Private Alice Brick.
This is a true thing. I need to find Dole. Would you just say Dole come to the bridge?
No problem. You hear outside. Private Dole, when you come to the freighter. What's the name of you guys' freighter?
I'm surprised we didn't ask the chat.
Hey chat, what's the name of their freighter? Their gunboat freighter thing.
The burning freighter.
The burning freighter. Burning its base.
Gonorrhea. Cha cha cha.
What's the name of their freighter? Their heavily armored but small gunboat. I guess I could ask AI.
Yeah, AI. The meat puppet. Socialist meat puppet?
So here's some options.
Okay.
Give me
Here's
10.
I have an idea for what we should name the chip.
What is it?
Relativistic prolapse.
So there's Star Sentinel,
It's like
The
a normal
Star Sentinel.
prolapse, but at relativistic speeds.
Guardian Hauler.
What about the distal service?
All these names kind of suck. Guard
Yeah.
Ship Transport.
Nope.
We need better names. Jesus.
It
What's
should
better
be
name?
What about
cool
the
mint.
nation builder?
Cool mint that carries the burning sensation.
All right, fine. That's what it is. The name of your goddamn boat is the Cool Mint.
The cool mint.
The PNB Cool Mint. Okay,
That's
fine.
pretty good.
Fine. You get a pip. Relativistic prolapse. Lord. All right, you are overstepping your bounds, sir. To the... Oh, not relativistic prolapse. We changed the name. Cool Mint. Okay. Action still on you all.
So no response from Dole.
I mean, Dole is probably on his way.
Oh, okay. Well, Dolby will sit in the pilot seat and ponder the universe.
Would you
and
like to
how-
play a game,
Sure,
Lieutenant?
let's play a game. You know tic-tac-toe?
Of course I do.
He says. Dolby starts playing tic-tac-toe with Howl 9000.
All right, you start going. Do you want to try and win, or are you just playing the game with him?
I'm playing to lose, not to lose, but I'm playing to tie.
Oh, are you? You get a pip for 1980s humor. All right, so we'll just montage unless you guys are doing anything. All right, some
No.
time passes. Shortly thereafter, a guy named Josh Durgan, walks in. He's around maybe early 20s, but he looks like he's been rode hard and put up wet. The guy looks like he's in his middle 30s, easy, kind of scraggly hair. Doesn't get much sleep, terrible appetite, terrible eating habits and such. Rather thin, looks like he's been space side for a really long time, or maybe gone into several cryo sleeps in a row. Pale skin, and just kind of a drawn features, but a lot of energy. As he comes in, kind of panting. He'll go straight to the cockpit. You guys will see him pass because the cockpit's in front of the ship and you're where you are. As he breathing heavily, he salutes you. Lieutenant, sir. Josh, Durgan reporting. Second lieutenant.
I'm gonna bid leadership lies, which is one of my traits. And I'm gonna tell him he looks good.
Oh, thank you, sir.
And
So you've met Alfred.
I'm gonna ask him if he knows where our engineer Bill Morton is, and that we got an easy. It's a long trip, but should be pretty calm.
He sits down, looking just exhausted. He's sweating, just cold sweat beating up on his forehead. Dole, he was making a run to one of those commercial ships. Just as a favor. They had some engineering problems. But he should be back. We weren't sure when you were gonna get here, sir.
Yeah, we're not in a hurry to get out. We'll leave the next day, I think. Maybe or so.
Fate roll. Who's false fortune? Who's fortune?
Do we want to keep it rolling?
Do I want to
What do
make
you
a
guys-
roll? Do you have to change it up? I don't think so. It's whatever you guys want.
To make it interesting, I'll actually use the rubber dice.
Oh no,
I mean,
don't do that.
Listen. This is completely up to you. It's bad if you lose this. It's false fortune. It's not good. Who's fortune? Who's false fortune? How much faith do you have in
I guess our
Holker's
lieutenant,
hands?
our lieutenant said that it had to stay the same. So
All right, so Drizzle, you're false. Holker, you're fortune. Here are the stakes. In the event, it's fortune. Dole arrives back. He will have something interesting with him from this commercial ship in payment for his services that will help you. If it's false, turns out that commercial ship was sabotaged and it explodes with him on it. Several Drizzle is not impressed. He went like this. Several tens of miles away. It's not going to affect you guys, especially once they correct for the orbit of your space station around Neptune. But Dole dies. So that's false fortune. This isn't just random. There is a purpose to it, but it's also hilarious. Go ahead and roll. Ember says, don't lose it. Don't fuck up.
Here goes.
You're using the rubber dice. I don't know.
Yeah,
why.
if you lose it, you better use your expressions.
what you got, Hulker?
18.
Ooh.
And I got 83.
Ooh.
You see, he's like, oh, he should be back
Bye-bye.
soon. A bright light.
Okay.
Are you going to spend proficiency to have a reroll?
I will.
Yeah.
I'll do movement.
Okay. Do it.
All right,
Make your
rubber
reroll.
dice again.
Okay.
Okay.
You do your thing.
What you got, Hulker?
20.
20? Are you kidding me? Because I got 17.
Ooh! You see a bright light, like really bright, as maybe you both look, maybe you all look out the windows, and you see distant a ship just explode, ignite. As there's an announcement, yellow and red lights, or yellow and orange lights for an alert. Possible clad attack. Possible clad attack. Possible as it cuts off. And Alfred interjects. Lieutenant, it seems that a commercial freighter as he pauses. The inevitable has destructed.
Well, do you guys want to be heroes? I asked this to the pilot.
Josh looks. He says, I don't know, sir. Alfred, which, you say it was the inevitable?" And he looks, his eyes level on you. "That's where Dole was." As footfalls from the door opens. Dole. Da-da. He's in like a spacey jumpsuit. You know, it's all in slow-mo. His hair is all black and curly. Through the air, he smells of musk and man. It's all like buff. They can't kill me. Yeah.
Nice job, Dole.
Climbing up
Can
to
we,
the cockpit, Josh and Dole actually give a shit about each other, so they hug. There's a whole thing that you guys clearly don't care about, and they're not dead.
No,
Good job.
Okay, so when the explosion goes off,
Mm-hmm.
I would have grabbed Lucille, which is my knife,
Oh, indeed.
and just because I'm on edge, and so if I saw a guy come running past the door,
Yeah, you do.
after an explosion, I would have come out and followed him.
As Dole is climbing the stairs, and Josh is embracing him, Dolby, you see stalking up behind this wide-eyed, knife-bearing private of yours with a cold look in his eyes.
Stand down, Private.
Dole turns around quickly. You realize, Skip, that this man is not a combatant. As he kind of goes and puts his hands up, looking directly at the knife rather than you.
I'll pull the knife down and be like, "Sir, what has happened, sir?"
I think there's some explosion. Apparently, it came from the clad potentially. Where's Private Brick?
She is in the she's in her bunk bed.
Oh,
You would
so
know,
everybody's
Skip.
on board.
Or Skip, you would know she's on her bunk bed.
I left the other two were in the bunk when I left.
Everybody's on board.
Yes, sir.
Well, I know that my guys don't need anything. I ask if Dole and Josh.
What do
need
you actually
anything.
say to them?
You guys good to go? You need a minute?
Dole looks up. You see he's got corporal insignia. "I'm good, sir." As Josh says, "Oh, we've been ready for 3 or 4 days. We're ready to go ship out whenever you need."
Yeah, just in case this is a clad attack, I don't really feel like getting involved, so I vote we take off. What do you think?
Alfred pops in. Are we voting now?"
What do you think, Alfred?
It's possible that it's a clad attack. Needs more information. If clad operatives are in the vicinity, then we should probably leave.
I'll as we're going,
Sir,
does
excuse
Go
me,
ahead.
sir.
Yeah.
Sorry to bother you. Alfred, has anybody entered or left this ship besides the people who are currently on board, the crew that are on the manifest?
You will get a pip, sir. As Alfred goes, yes, in fact, this ship has been accessed twice in the last 2 hours, including your all's arrival.
Who was the other group?
Unknown.
Do you have records of where they went?
Only on the ship. Again, as you see the prompt pop up again, my access has
Dole?
been restricted.
Do you want to give the ship access, Dole?
I can
Like
show
that.
you video.
Yeah, let's see the video.
All right. As you go over, I'm assuming you mess with the comms and all that such. It's pretty straightforward. Are you going to bid anything to do this, or you just follow the prompts that Alfred gives you?
I am gonna follow the prompts because I don't think that I'm gonna bid senile.
Yep.
I'm gonna hunt for that, the flaw.
You see, I need your social security number.
He starts plugging it in.
As you're up there, Skip, are you aiding or doing anything or etc.? Are you just sitting by?
I will bid tactical
Mm-hmm.
to kind of, because I have nothing about the computer, but to, in watching the footage and stuff like that, help. I know that, like, I don't have any, like, the technical stuff, but I know I'm smart enough to know what to do and what not to do, and, like, if these are people who are trying to sabotage the ship, that it would make sense to me what they're doing, I guess, if that makes.
Yep. So you're gonna bid anything?
Tactical.
Oh, you are building tactical. Okay, so you'll
Yeah.
throw down.
Okay. Would that be wits or mind?
Wits would be how observant you are. Mind would be the sleuthing of you, you knowing facts and being strategic.
I'm gonna go with wits, I think.
Basically,
Oops.
whatever your end goal is, that's what you should roll for.
Well then, yeah, we'll go. We'll go with wits.
So very specifically, what do you want your outcome to be? We'll say
Well,
that since it's wits.
Because I'm trying to see, like, if this is somebody just on the ship or if it's somebody sabotaging, and if they are sabotaging, kind of get an idea what it may be.
Yeah.
Before
okay.
I go to the actual place.
Cool. Sounds good.
Can I ask Dole to aid him?
Dole? Yeah, he's a notable NPC, so you have one bid for him. Absolutely, you can bid him.
Okay.
You want to do it?
Yep.
Are you all good for the bid?
Yep.
Okay.
What's
The
the
Dole has been bid. Dole is a, let me see, he's an engineer, so this is kind of engineering, so it's a D8 you're getting.
a D8? Okay.
Yeah, for what they're good at, they have D8s. For what they're not so good at, they have D6s.
That is 3 successes.
Nice. Okay. As this video plays, it's from different corners of the ship on the inside. As you guys might look up and actually see where the cameras are, they're very small, but now that you know where they are, you can see it's this little pinprick of a green dot that's very easy to overlook in all the rooms. And in fact, there for a split second, you see the outside of the ship. So you have cameras, military-wise, in various places to actually get an awareness of your ship outside and inside. Time lapse. You see Dole and Josh moving about and such, and you might even see them making out. And then all that ends. They have some breakfast and such. Clearly, they're in a relationship. As one leaves, one gets a call. Dole gets a call and leaves, taking his toolkit. So that was a couple hours ago. About an hour ago, the door opens, and you see a woman come in. She's wearing the film is it's pretty exact, so it's not like there's not too many artifacts and such, but the color is such that it's like a Game Boy, an old school Game Boy, so it's greens and blacks. It looks like she's wearing sort of a black leather coverall of some sort. It looks official. She has on a hat, dark hair that comes down her back, and when the door closes, she goes and scans a card at the computer station right there. She walks by the cryo beds and looks at them, just cursory glance, goes to the cockpit and starts tapping some buttons. You see an interface go up, and she's perhaps talking to Alfred. A few moments later, she comes back down and she starts messing with the cryo beds. And then she leaves.
Well, I know what Dole's doing for the next couple hours. I want those cryo beds examined, taken apart, and put back together right.
Dole nods. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh my God, I can't believe.
We had a tampering incident on our last mission, and yeah. So, and then I tell Josh, can you take a screen capture of this and send it up to HQ?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel responsible. I mean, I shouldn't have left the ship.
Well, you were sick, buddy.
He kind of nods, and then looks down at his shoes and looks back up at you, realizing maybe you are kindred spirits.
Excuse me, sir. Alfred, that person was conversing with you.
Yes.
Do you have a recording of that conversation?
Yes.
Can you play that, please?
No.
What about with sec clearance?
What sec clearance do you have, Lieutenant?
I have sec 4.
Do you? Please enter your identification and passkey.
I am going to, because this is an older ship and I probably had a higher set clearance than I have, I'm going to bid Greater Break, which is a gift I have, and set 3 clearance.
And so you're at sec 4 now? Is that what you're getting at?
Yeah. Does that work? Is that a thing?
Yeah, I mean, you're doing Greater Break. You could say, okay, well, at one time, maybe I had 4 when they actually trusted me. Yeah. That's really high. Sec 4 is really high. That's like
well, I mean, you probably got it once on a mission or something, like 20 years ago.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah. As you bid that, describe the scene for these two that are in here and your interface.
And then sec 4 clearance is, it's funny, the higher up you get, like, the easier like clearance can be, so it's not like a complicated series of numbers. It's like the level of password. He pretty much says
Alpha Alpha 01.
Yeah. He says he offers a known he's basically saying password in Latin.
Yeah, sure.
Whatever that is.
You're like password.
Password 1, 2, 3 in Latin.
Right.
1, 2, 3.
So sec 4 it is that which has been kept secret is the security clearance. As you enter in the number in front of God and everybody, maybe put your handprint or whatever it is. Show your balls. Whatever you do, that is the security clearance. Um, Ember says, "Oh dear." You hear Alfred go, "Mmm." I'm totally channeling. I didn't mean to, but I'm totally channeling in my buddy Nigel's game. He ran a Star Wars game, and Ben played a robot, a droid. And just the more I do Alfred, the more I'm just doing his character Chindy. Anyway, I see your set clearance is strong. Give me more. Okay.
The set clearance in this one strong it may be.
I am unable to tell you the identification of the operative or show you the video. And there's sort of a cursor that pops up, boop, or a prompt.
Sounds like Alfred doesn't have that. Okay, I'm gonna look at the cursor.
It
And I
blinks at
typed it
you.
in and it doesn't do anything. I'm gonna
It did exactly what I just said.
yeah. I'm going to bid dumb fucking luck and like type in the alt mission
Alt mission.
status. Yeah, I don't know. Mission status or something like that.
As you realize, maybe it's a command prompt, and you type in some stuff and hit go.
No.
Alfred says, "I'm sorry, Lieutenant. I'm unable to tell you what happened," as you see the terminal start shitting out information. Like, as in text, Alfred tells you what it is. And you realize perhaps what you realize. It says an operative, the operative word being big O operative, came here, used security clearance level 4 to access all of the information of current missions for the SSA and PNB, or sanctioned by the SSA and that the PNB is using, as well as cross-referencing any commercial or industrial ship that is related. That's what this person did at the terminal. They then turned off the safeguards on the cryobeds and put in place essentially a gag order, a restriction on the RI with security clearance 4.
Okay.
So because you match it,
mhm.
you're able to get the information, but it's not lifted.
Right. So, based off this information, I believe that this person might be the person who sabotaged this spaceship, this other ship. And I'm gonna bid, and I don't do this lightly because like Dolby is not a stick up for some shit kind of person. I am going to send something up the chain of command, and I will bid fuck it, which is my motto.
Of course it is.
And basically I'm gonna call somebody on this station that has Sec 4 clearance.
Okay.
That is my
So
superior.
you other two, what are you doing? As the lieutenant is doing these things, Dole is looking at the cryobeds. He's opening them up, and if you're down there or you can hear him, he's going, "Oh no," muttering to himself.
I'm gonna go walk down to Dole.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say, what's this I hear?
He says, "Well, look here," and you guys look into the cryobed. What were you gonna say, Drizzle?
Oh, I'm up there with the lieutenant because I've my grip on my knife has gotten tighter. But,
And with your, go on.
Oh, I'm just that was it.
With your successes, which I had not forgotten, you recognize something on this woman's way out. First of all, you recognize she is a woman. As in, by her gait, at first, since you got a clean success, at first, and you did wits, you would guess she's maybe a primer. Just the way she walks, the muscle tone, the build. She walks like she has muscle and is just made of denser stuff than a normal space or a normal void-born or something. Despite her being, rather tall for a primer. You actually don't know how tall she is, but to scale, you could guess she's like 5'8", 5'10". But with a clean success, you realize something different. As she's walking by, you notice that the camera, right when she walks underneath through the threshold of one of the doors, shakes. And you realize that either the floorboard is weak or, there's something maybe that shook the ship. She's rather dense. Perhaps she's anetic, but like her walking past that camera up on the wall actually shook it.
Okay. Alfred, can you give me a live feed of that camera?
Yes.
Okay. And I will walk to that area because I'm a big muscular dude.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to walk to that area and see if I cause it to shake as well.
Do you have anyone watch it as you do this?
While I was taking a live, don't we all have little things?
Oh, you can do that too, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take it and watch. Yeah, I'm literally just gonna watch it so that way, because I'm not for sure exactly where it is on the ship. So I'd be walking around and I'm like, it's this one, and see if I can cause it.
As you walk through, it does not shake.
Okay. So I will go back up to the cockpit and be, Lieutenant, for her size, she sure is heavy-footed. I do not think she's all organic.
Well, we got
what do you mean? Alfred actually talks over the lieutenant.
Oh,
and that prompt is still blinking.
I'm gonna tell Alfred to. Is there a command that I know about to shut a AI or RI off?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna do whatever command that is. Alfred, good night.
You see the command prompt is still blinking.
We're gonna leave. So I'm gonna do. I'm gonna run this up the chain. I think we got some unofficial entities that don't exist.
On this space station, you are a first lieutenant. It's a military thing. There is a captain of the space station. There will be some other
like a
officers.
high-ranking security officer is what I'd probably go to.
Right. So no one's going to be over the captain. You can find because these are naval people. They're not Marines. So captain's a really high rank. That's like a colonel, like a full bird colonel, so to speak. You
Dolby's
can find
not gonna jump
some lieutenants.
rank. Yeah.
Some lieutenants, some commanders and stuff. There's like a commander, that kind of thing. Yeah.
He'll go up to an E3.
Sir, if I may.
Go ahead. 3.
Sometimes when you report stuff like this, it may cause you to be pushed back down. If you know.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
we do have a mission at hand, but you know, I do know that if we play dumb enough in the right way, we could save some people's lives. And I am a proud nationalist, so
Sir, I just wanted you to know the risks. Sometimes
I know the risks. Yeah.
Okay.
But this was an attack on our ship, and I believe that this entity that does not exist will need to be stopped. And maybe we go find the entity, but it'd be nice. I'm not sure that we ourselves can handle it. I mean, I guess we're here for a day. Let's ask Dolby how long, Dole, do you think it'll take to repair the ship?
There's no response.
All right. I pull out my laser sword.
You do. Do you ignite it?
No.
you have to turn Alfred back on to
To do
calm
chip
down the-
communication.
Yes.
Well, let's leave Alfred off for a little bit.
The little terminal's like ass.
Terminal can't hear that.
All right,
Okay.
I'm gonna turn off. I'm gonna sign out of the Sec 4 clearance.
It goes back to a
And,
normal screen.
All right. Skip with me. Let's get our guys. Let's get Brick and
So shifting back to Burgess,
Burgess.
Dole says, "All right, so it seems like it's actually pretty simple what the person did. The cryo beds are going to use just a little bit less of the power that they need to, and so basically we just starve to death. It looked like a normal malfunction. Although I don't know if it'd work on all of them." As he looks at the beds, it's strange. It's not like the beds wouldn't work, and you see he's confused. It'd be random. It'd just be random. In fact, I mean, just as a guess, I'd say maybe half or over half would probably be fine. We just come out feeling with a lot of space sickness.
It's almost
But
like
some-
a roll of the dice.
A couple people might die. You get a pip. As with that, since you just got a pip and you put something together, I think we'll see if you put it together. You are clearly on the right track.
Who do you
Why would you say it's a roll of the dice?
Because you're the arbiter and you would roll the
Oh.
dice to see who dies. Is why I said.
Indeed. I'll say this. What you can put together is, well, you guys have experienced this before. Like literally this exact same thing.
This thing happened last time. I don't think.
On your
Skip
way
was
to
here.
Whisper Base, this literally happened.
Yeah, it literally happened, but I don't think Skip was there. For
I
that.
was-
Or was
Oh, was it not Skip?
But no, we had no. But the time before that, we had trouble with our cryo beds too.
Oh yeah, that was the time before it. No. So everybody
Yeah,
was
the one
there.
to Whisper Base.
Yeah, because we lost our. Well, who
The
cares?
gunnery.
But
Yeah, the gunnery. Yep. Hold on a second. His name was.
He didn't have a name. It's redacted.
Well,
nobody died. It was fine.
Yeah, nobody died. Didn't even happen. All right. It's like Malcolm or something like that.
Yeah, we are
Okay.
going. We're gonna go hunting for this character, and I don't trust Alfred.
Josh turns. You don't trust the RI, sir? I mean, safeguards are put in place.
Oh, well, if that's the case, do you trust him to make some calculations of this, of us going and fighting a frigate? A couple of frigates?
I'm sorry, of a frigate?
Oh, well, two frigates. How I'm gonna give
Two.
him the specs of the frigates.
This gunboat can take on 2 frigates with our armaments, yes, but usually we wouldn't go at them alone.
Yeah, well, if we're alone and we gotta fight 2 frigates, I just want to know how we'll do,
He kind of nods.
and maybe run a
Alfred.
couple of scenarios.
You'll have to turn him back on,
Yeah.
Lieutenant.
Well, you can. We'll turn them back on in time. We'll deal with one thing at a time. Right now, I've got something that doesn't exist. I have to deal with.
He. Oh yeah, okay. He says okay, and sits there and acts like he's piloting the ship. All right.
That was. I will give. That was Josh I was talking to.
Yeah, Dole is talking to Burgess. As Burgess, he pretty much shows you where just the slight mixture flows and such have been messed with.
All right, I'm gonna give Josh an order. You know, if you see any other ships, I don't know how long it'll take you if we're under some imminent attack, but you know, just be ready to.
Do you actually
launch.
think that this? He looks around at all of you. Are you here on an operation? Are you a part of SOC? Are you toys? He kind of sits back.
That's a need to know. I just think you need to shore up the security of your ship and make sure that nobody else enters and leaves without your knowledge. So shape up.
He turns and he sees, you know, his glance goes between you two, and then he looks down the stairway towards the cryo beds, where Dole is sitting there working on the cryo beds, and his eyes fall on Burgess, who stares at him unblinkingly as he turns and starts messing. He again reminds you, Dolby, I without your command code, I can't interface with Alfred to run these calculations. I can do it myself, but it'll take a lot longer.
I'll give him whatever command code he needs to do whatever thing. I'm not going to give him like Sec 4 clearance, but I'm going to give him the clearance he needs to run simulations, which is
Okay, you do. As
Sec 1.
Well, it turns Alfred back on.
Yeah,
is what it
whatever. Yeah, whatever. Turn it back
How
on.
rude, Lieutenant. I'll try to be quieter.
Oh, you're wonderful, Alfred. We all love you.
A pity about the cryo beds.
A little heads up on that next time, buddy.
I would have told you had you given the Sec 4 clearance earlier. Human error. He says
process.
human, by the way.
Yeah, good. Just process the results of this scenario.
Processing.
Thanks.
All right, what do you guys do?
Sorry, sir. Alfred, can you let us know if anyone else tries to board the ship?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Do you have all the clearance you need to know, or is there anything?
The block is still present.
What is this block? Ask Dole what the block is. Well, I'm gonna walk down.
You hear from down there as you come up next to Burgess and Dole. Well, if Alfred has a block, it means that it's just a high sec clearance. Kind of like a governor type thing.
All right.
Although what I've
well,
seen, what I've heard, it seems like it's to cover up whatever happened. I don't think someone could implement a rootkit on an RI like Alfred. It's possible, but I don't think so.
Yeah, so you don't think that Alfred's been compromised? Just blocked
I doubt it.
by this one thing. All right.
He's a salty machine.
He's a comedian.
You should see him when he's in his body. He kind of
I look
nods.
forward to it.
What was on the video? You see the corporal ask. What was on the video?
Nothing was on the video. There was no video. I'm gonna get my four burning. I'm gonna get my four burning sensations, and we're going to go on a little hunt.
All right, tell them.
All right,
Alice
guys.
Brick comes out of her bed and she's like, "What's going on? What was all that? What's that weird voice? Somebody
We're
was
looking
singing to
for-
me in there."
Yeah, we're looking for somebody. I wanted you to get some pretty get some guns that are good for close quarter fighting
Guns?
inside of.
She looks over at
guns. You have a
Burgess,
gun? You like guns, right?
immediately to Burgess, and then over to Skip. We need guns on the station?
Yeah.
All right, she doesn't speak like that. We need guns on the station?
Yeah. Yeah, guns on
Hey,
the station.
are you sure
Something
you-
that's concealable. Yeah, I'm sure. There's nothing's going on. We're just
No.
we're just gonna go. We're gonna go walk around the
No,
station.
no. I
It'll be
don't.
fun.
I mean projectile weapons. Are you sure?
Are you good at a sword?
She kind of looks at you, taking a step back. All right, projectile weapons it is. She walks to the weapons locker and like pops it open, and you see a small cache of small firearms.
Sure.
There's these.
Are there any-
And there's
are there
larger
any
ones.
Are there any weapons on the ship that won't blow? Well, I guess we'll need to have some kind of caliber for facing the non-entity that we're gonna go
I
after.
don't know what you're
here
talking
in a
about,
minute.
Lieutenant.
Yeah, it's probably
There's
best you don't.
energy weapons, of course.
Yeah, energy. Yeah, get an energy weapon.
As she
Actually, get
says-
two. Everybody suit up with a couple energy weapons.
It looks like there's 4 hollow pistols, and that's about what we've got.
Mm.
As she hands you all
And
each
suit up.
a hollow pistol, and you're suiting up. Don't tell me, tell them.
Suit up, guys.
Alice looks at you two.
I've
Absolutely, sir. She goes back into the room, and you see her pulling off her BDUs and putting on
Yep.
on her shit, her
I
marine
see that.
shit.
I will as well.
She pokes her head out, helmets and everything.
Yeah, helmets.
Yeah.
And EV suits, all right. And she goes, and you see she's in scout armor. As she mag boots down. She comes out. On her back is the folded, collapsed sniper rifle, and she's got the hollow pistol and a large knife. She is ready before anyone.
Dolby
Make
sleeps
sure these
in his
people know
armor.
what the
so-
source of their burning sensation is.
Yeah. I show everybody a picture of this woman that showed up. This is who we're looking for. This is the target.
Now, who is she? Can you get a better
She's not anybody.
image of her? She looks over at Dole and Skip. Is there a better image of this person? That could be anyone.
This is what I got.
Action's on you guys, not her.
The how long ago did this happen?
It was an
It
hour
looks about-
before we arrived.
Yeah, about an hour and a half.
So they're probably on a ship somewhere. Oh, that sucks. I don't
So
know.
is she on the
Let's
ship?
No, let's we'll go. Just go for a walk. We'll call it a drill.
So you guys are all suited up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't we split up into two groups of two? We'll call this a drill. The drill is to find this person. If you find him, just advise me. Who are the two groups? Why don't you come with me, Brick?
No problem.
And you guys go off and search on your own, and we'll meet. We'll check in every 20 minutes, and maybe we'll find somebody. And I'm gonna
All right.
head.
As you guys head out into the station, it's a big ring. There are some cross hallways, but one group goes one way, the other group goes the other. What do you guys bid as you move along, and specifically, what are you doing?
I am going to bid. I'm going to bid survivalist. Yeah. Actually, no. Take that back. I'm going to bid low tech. Right?
And what are you trying to accomplish?
I am going to try and flush them out
How?
by occasionally throwing stuff down alleys.
What are you throwing down the alley? What are you throwing down the corridors of this space station that's populated by military personnel and some civilians, civilian contractors?
Boxes.
Boxes? You just-
Listen,
what boxes are you getting? Where are these boxes coming from?
and the ones that I can pick up.
Are you like fucking Super Mario? You're just like hauling fucking cardboard.
Yes, I am. And the reason why, hold on. No, hold on.
What the fuck?
The reason why is because we're on a space station and I'm from Prime. This gravity's like half as much, so I'm really strong.
All right, who's going with you? I believe it's Skip.
Reluctantly so. If he's walking throwing boxes.
Skip, you get about just out of eyesight of the lieutenant when Burgess starts just any box he sees, he starts launching it down little side corridors. At first, people are like, "What the fuck?" And then some guy like catches one. You know, one has like bowling things in it. I don't know why it has bowling stuff in it. He throws it. It goes everywhere. Two guards, station guards, who are not as heavily clad as you guys, because you were in full space marine armor, come up. They've got like the big antenna thing on their on their helmets. As they come up, they have pulse rifles, but they, like up here, close, they don't go for them. They just walk up and they're like, guys, what are you guys doing?
When he picked up the first box and threw it, I'll be like, you get this side, I'll get this side, and have kind of drifted while since he's throwing boxes down alleyways.
So you are confronted by two security guards, station guards, who are MPs, so the military police, and they're like, actually they'll be MRO actually, or MPO, some Martian police operatives. As they walk up, they're like, "Well, private?" As they see your insignia. Is everything okay?
No, we're looking for someone.
The other one looks around, scans the hallway, sees the obviously space marine clad guy. I'll get this one, he says to his partner, who's this blonde-haired, blue-eyed woman. As he kind of rushes off to where you are, Skip, she says to you, Burgess, "Is everything okay? Are you okay?" Do you have something against boxes? Are you frozen? Burgess. He just. Your video is frozen.
Yeah,
That was perfect.
why? And to be honest, well, your connection over the last 10 minutes has not been good for me.
My connection, I'm pulling like 300 gigs
My
down.
connection-
No, you're
megs-
great.
Oh. 300 gigs, that's wrong.
I don't think he's frozen.
Yeah, it's hilarious. You're like this.
He's
Just
broken.
staring at this
broken.
box like, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna throw you down that corridor. Anyway, she says, "Are you okay? Is everything? Can I get anyone? What's happened? Can I help?"
Yeah. Throw those boxes down that alley.
Listen, we can't be throwing everyone's boxes. Who's your commanding officer? What kind of weapon do you have?
I have I'd say I have a pretty standard space gun.
Do you have like one of the hollow pistols that you were given, or did you opt
Yeah.
for the big the big
I have the
gun?
hollow pistol.
Okay. This fucking hot ass shunk, massive gun. You will probably run into something problem. As she puts her hands out, trying to calm you. Listen, if something's going on, there are ways to deal with this. Walking up to you, or actually jogging up to you, Skip. Hey, private.
Yes.
I'm assuming you know this Marine.
Private Burgess, yes. What's going on?
He's causing some civil unrest on
Not again.
station.
I will go.
And
I apologize. Let me go.
no need to apologize. We appreciate your service and everything, but you can't be throwing boxes down the corridors.
Okay. I will go get him and make him stop.
All right,
Sorry to have bothered you, sir.
no problem.
And then
No
I will-
sir.
And I will walk up and I'll be like,
As you see,
Burgess.
he's a corporal.
yeah. I'll be like, Burgess, have you been causing trouble?
I'm trying to find trouble.
Well, I know, but what have you been doing?
He's been throwing every box he can find
Alright.
into walls, into corridors.
He's probably in one of these boxes.
You've got to stop.
All right.
What is he
But-
talking? As you see the other her partner go, and she sighs and walks away. They both
Sorry
walk
about-
away from you all, and they just kind of keep an eye on you.
Sorry about that, officer. I apologize.
On the other side, Brick and the lieutenant are walking down, completely unaware of what's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, where are you guys going?
I am gonna go to some of the more populated areas and see if I can see this person with like, and do it in such a tactical way to where I know maybe one of my commanding officers is stationed, and I will bid my fate, which is fool.
Are you bidding it as fate, or are you bidding it just as a trait?
I feel like as fate.
Okay.
Because
So if it's as fate, then you two have to agree to it, because
Yeah.
only one person can do it
well,
Per-
if you guys don't,
per game.
No,
And
that's per game, not per session.
yeah, per session. It's per session.
Oh, okay.
The
I
thing
thought-
is, though, there's a session cooldown, which means the next time we play this game, Nord, Dolby cannot bid his fate. So the next time we do it, Dolby won't be able to bid his fate.
I feel like, and the reason I'm bidding fool as a fate is Dolby is going after. He's basically got a sword and he's attacking windmills. He's going full on Don Quixote. Because
All right. So, are you guys cool with him bidding fate? All right.
Yeah,
You're
I
bidding.
guess.
So you're bidding your fate. This will be a threshold. You're trying to accomplish what? You want your superior officer to be around?
no, I'm trying to find the person who I thought was on the ship.
Okay. Yep. As you bid fate, which is the fool, you go to one of the larger messes.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking around. Maybe for a moment, Brick nudges you. Is that her? As you look down the way and see a dark-haired woman. You guys kind of encircle her. Look, it's not her. It may be from, the image you had was not incredibly clear. Maybe it looked like her from the back or something. As you're looking around, and such. And then on the other end, you guys are now walking around. You hear a squelch. Boom. And hollow TVs pop up. Your guys' terminals, your hand terminals, give you a notification that there is a PSA. Since you're not tied in, it doesn't automatically pop up, so you have to hit the button if you want it to pop up or not. Do you or do you not? On your personal. You can see it without that, but it's up to you.
On the personal, I will.
Do you guys?
I might get Brick to look at it.
Okay, Brick does. What about you, Burgess? Personal device or no?
No, and unfortunately, I also have to go.
Oh no, this is the last scene. Last encounter. As the PSA comes on, Neptune Station 3, this is Magistrate Cyrus. It's just a voice. This woman's voice. It's kind of low. And not gravelly, but there's some vocal fry just in so much as it's not like Valley Girl fry. It's more she just has a very sultry kind of slow voice. This is Magistrate Cyrus. We've had an incident with a commercial ship. The station will be in a temporary lockdown for security measures. All P&B personnel, please come to the meeting area at the fore of the ship. And then her image pops up. And all of you look up and see the woman who sabotaged your ship. And that is where we're going to end.
Ooh.
So, well done, y'all. Since it's a one-shot, it's never a one-shot. All of you will get an advancement. So you can just put down an advancement. And we'll also give each of you 1 XP. So that means, no one spent cunning or breath. So that means you get a pip and you have 1 XP and you have an advancement you can spend. Next time we play this, we will start here and go you therefore through this module.
Epic.
Yes.
I didn't think you so you never do that on the red way. You just kind of like let it go. Whereas this one, we jumped into a vortex.
That's right. You jumped into a vortex. Chat, thank you so much for rolling in. Ember and Low Gotham, thank you guys. We appreciate it, don't we?
We do.
Yes.
Yes,
thank
we
you.
do. Thank you so much.
Thanks for participating in the chat, of course, for dropping some channel points. That participation is awesome. Keep on doing it because we forget to drink water and we forget all that stuff. Remember too, you can take control, a modicum of control of the narrative if you spend the channel points on a narrative point. or a pip. And you can also give them to these guys. Next week, I believe we'll be doing the Red Writ, so the horror investigation game, assuming Andrea can be here. If she can't, we might do this one again, but I think this is going to be the when we take a break type game. Yeah. I mean, you guys are liked and subscribed. For the people that are listening to this, please leave a review of the podcast. If you're listening and you like it, that will help get the word out tons. And that actually goes for you, Lil Gotham and Ember too. If you go to Amazon and type in DreadLore, you can see the DreadLore core book, of course, which would be awesome if you could leave a review, and then if you haven't, and then the podcast too, just to bring awareness. Thanks to all lowercase letters for music, as well as Mr. Interrupt. Thanks to Couchfire Media for media production. Bye. Patreon peoples, Mr. Daniel Holker, Mr. Tim Roberts. Thank you guys very much. If anybody wants to jump on the Patreon, there's links. We'll be back next Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard. I did have one last announcement. One little thing that I forgot to do at the beginning. See, said the reviews. Oh, right. So 2 things. One, there is a DreadLore newsletter. It's called The Dark. If you're interested in being on that, I post on it like once a month or once every other month. And I give like discounts on the stuff and updates and all that stuff. It's on Substack. So check that out if you're interested in the newsletter. Also, for those of you that are in Los Angeles, I am starting a DreadLore Enclave meetup to teach people how to play and run the game. Yeah, you'll get a copy of the Getting Started guide, if digital copy. If you join, it'll be like $1 to do it, just to offset some of the cost. But it'd be badass if you guys come. Okay. Anything else for you guys? From you guys?
Not
Good.
that I'm gonna say to anybody. Keep that
Are
stuff to
we doing
myself.
after hours after this?
Yeah, why not? Unless you don't want
Okay.
to.
No, we'll be doing DreadLore after hours in about, we'll say, 10, 15 minutes. We'll talk for like 20, 30 minutes about the game and game system theory and all that good stuff. So if you guys want to join, hang out, then do so.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Everybody say bye.
Bye.
Bye.